everyone, my name is Wanda and I'm with the Alpha Park Library. Welcome to Mini Melodies, our story time aimed at kids ages 3 to 6. So today's story time is all about mystery, and our guest star is...
Hi, I'm Audrey.
And why did you want to read this book today for us?
Oh, because it was my favorite book as a kid and I really like it. It's fun.
Yeah, so we're going to start with you'll sing a song and I'll sing a song. So make sure that you follow along. Here we go. You'll sing a song and I'll sing a song and we'll sing a song together. You'll sing a song and I'll sing a song in warm or wintry weather. Okay, let's go again. You'll sing a song and I'll sing a song and we'll sing a song together. You'll sing a song and I'll sing a song in warm or wintry weather. Okay, so our next song is all about mysteries. It's pretty simple, but it's really catchy. It's called Mystery Box. Here we go. Mystery box, what's inside the mystery box? Mystery box, what's inside the mystery box? Mystery box, what's inside the mystery box? We don't know, it doesn't give us an answer. But Audrey's going to read The 11th Hour, and it's this really cool book.
Yeah, it's pretty long too.
Yeah, it's a nice long book.
Yeah.
How about you read it for us?
Do you want to hold it?
Do you want me to?
Kinda.
I don't mind.
Okay. I'm ready. Oh, it is.
Do you want to like swap pages or something?
No, it's good. I got it.
Okay.
Okay, here goes. When Horace turned 11, he decided there should be some kind of celebration for my friends, he said, and me. For though I've been the age of 8 and 9 and 6 and 7, this is my very first time that I have ever been 11. With that, he set to work and wrote the name of every guest, and then 11 sorts of food that elephants like best. He wrote the invitations next and sent them off that day, and finally 11 games for everyone to play. Now Horace was a clever lad. He planned the day with care, ensuring that his party would be quite a grand affair. But only in the kitchen was his genius unfurled, for elephants are verily the best cooks in the world. He started off with cheesecake full of strawberries and cream, then moved on through the pastries to a chocolate supreme. And though it may be said, perhaps, that Horace made a mess, the feast he created was fantastic, nothing less.
Sounds pretty good.
It does sound good. I like cheesecake.
Yeah, I'd eat that.
'Twas early in the morning when the party guest arrives, and all were wearing costumes most intriguingly contrived. The pig came as an admiral, the zebra as a punk, the rhino as an astronaut, his spacesuit made of junk. The swan arrived as a princess pure, a most enchanting sight, bejeweled with rows of precious stones and dressed in purest white. And with her came an Indian, with arrows, a spear, and a bow, a handsome Bengal tiger whom no one seemed to know. The mouse came as a musketeer, his head and hat held high, a swagger in his footsteps and a twinkle in his eye. The cat is Cleopatra, queen of Egypt and the Nile, and masquerading as a judge was Sam the crocodile. And then there was a pair of twins, two sisters, both giraffes, who turned up dressed as angels and received a round of laughs. Their halos shone upon their heads, two shiny and golden rings, and from their nylon tutus sprouted painted cardboard wings. The guests were met by Horace as they stepped into the hall. He dressed as a centurion of Rome before the fall. And once inside, they looked around and noticed with a smile the way the hall had been designed in high Renaissance style. No sooner had they entered than a rumor filled the air and stopped the conversation as the news spread everywhere. Their host had made a banquet. It was huge, immense in size, and one by one the guests were drawn within to feast their eye. For there upon the table was the feast that Horace made, a wondrous spread of cakes and buns and jugs of lemonade. And in the midst, a centerpiece, a grand design was placed, that left no doubt young Horace had superb artistic taste. But if the guests had hoped to eat the banquet there and then, they soon found out their host had plans for what they'd eat and when. For Horace told them firmly not a crumb would they devour until the time that he had set, the 11th hour.
And that's the title of the book.
That it is.
Look at that. I like the kitty cat's eyes.
Yeah, she's my favorite character.
She's very excited. She's Cleopatra, right?
Yeah, of the Nile.
Yeah.
The games began at 8:05. A sack race marked the start, with sacks of every size and shape so everyone took part. They set off at a cracking pace with Eric to the fore, but close behind the others hopped and trotted hoof and paw. They raced across the croquet lawn, then up towards the house, but as they reached the halfway point, the pig tripped on the mouse. He landed with a heavy thud and several others fell, but Keelroy kept his balance and went on to win as well. The ballroom was the venue for the second party game, but though the rules were simple, no one seemed to know the aim. They charged around a ring of chairs beneath the chandeliers, while Sam played Mozart's magic flute in British grenadiers. And one by one the chairs became just piles of splintered wood. The guests were all agreed that this new game was jolly good. Then as the final chair collapsed, they stopped and checked the score. Since no one had won at all, they settled on a draw. The pig procured a pack of cards, and soon a game began, and unbeknown to all the rest, the admiral had a plan. For Oliver won every trick, his conquest was complete. A string of luck, or could it be the porker was a cheat? A little later in the day, some guests played snakes and ladders upon a board that squirmed and turned with pythons, asps, and adders. The board was set, the race was on, the game had just begun. Then Thomas went and ate the dice, so no one ever won.
Which one's Thomas? You don't know which one? Who ate the dice?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I missed his name. That's okay.
A cricket match was organized for those who knew the game. The twin drafts had no idea, but field was just the same. But Oliver, a boastful pig, had understood that when it came to baiting, he was really rather good. The tiger donned the keeper's gloves and crouched behind the stumps and waited for a chance to show his skill at leaps and jumps. The pig went for a mighty swing, but only dipped the ball, and Maxwell leapt and caught him out. Pride comes before the fall.
Mm-hmm.
The cricket match had finished when the zebra took his cue and challenged tiny Keelroy to a game of pool or two. But Keelroy's skill was quite immense for somebody so small. Though Eric thought he'd win, hoofs down, he didn't sink a ball. The other guests enjoyed a lively game of blind man's buff. When picking in the middle, you would think he'd had enough. He blundered blindfold around the room and groped and grabbed and gripped, while all the others squealed with joy and dodged and ducked and dipped. A tennis match was underway a little later on, with crocodile and tiger versus elephant and swan. The elephant was shaky. It appeared he'd lost his nerve. The score was 40-30 with crocodile to serve. Sam tossed the ball in the air, then struck it with such force that Horace didn't see it start upon its fateful course. And sure enough, it hit poor Horace square on the head. Game, set, and match, the tiger cried. That's life, poor Horace said. And meanwhile, amidst Egyptian columns rose a silent row. A seeker searched while others hid, a game that we all know. But though her eyes were large and bright, the cat's success was small, for while she searched with utmost care, she found no one at all. And far above, upon the hill behind the tennis court, the rhino and the zebra sat in silence, deep in thought. They studied every rook and pawn, each king and queen and knight. They both agreed it looked too hard and quit without a fight.
Chess is pretty hard.
Chess is really hard.
It's fun, though.
I'm not good at it. The final game was tug-of-war, two teams of equal weight, but every mind was on the feast. That time was getting late. The rhino slipped, the game was lost. They cared not in the least, for finally the hour had come. 'Twas time to eat the feast.
The 11th hour.
My friend, said Horace to his guests, my friends, lend me your ears, for now it is I, your host, have reached reached 11 years. But if he planned to make a speech, his virtues to espouse, he missed his chance because everyone took off towards the house. They raced each other up the stairs, 11 steps in all, then past the marble statues leading to the banquet hall. And there they stopped, nobody spoke, they stood in disbelief, for all the food had disappeared. Aghast, they cried, "A thief!" The cakes had turned to scattered crumbs, no cream was to be seen, and nothing now remained where once the chocolate mousse had been. The centerpiece had toppled, not a strawberry was left, but who, they cried, could possibly have managed such a theft?
That's a mystery. Who did it?
The zebra said, "It wasn't I, by all the stripes I'd rather die." The tiger said, "It wasn't me, I'd far too much integrity." Then Cora cried, "It wasn't us, we wouldn't dare to cause such a fuss." And Keylor squeaked, "I'm far too small, one mouse could never eat it all." The swan looked darkly at the pig, the thief must have been someone who's big. But Oliver denied.
It's Thomas.
That's Thomas.
That's when he made it.
Oh my gosh. But Oliver denied all guilt and said, now Thomas, he's rather built. The rhino sobbed through sniffs and tears, "I've known our host for years and years, and though my appetite is large, I must deny this dreadful charge." The cat had yet to say a word which Eric thought could be inferred as prima facie evidence of feline guilt re this offense. But Alexandria lashed her tail. "Your theories are to no avail. We cats do not steal others' food. It's wicked, bad, and very rude." The judge was next. "I too deny, although I have no alibi, all blame for this horrendous crime." He babbled on for quite some time. "I'm not the kind of crocodile to fake a tear or force a smile. My countenance is plain to read. My friends, I did not do this deed." The mystery was curious. The guests were all a loss. But Horace was attentive. He showed them who was boss. "The feast is gone, we cannot change that. But now it's clear to see that what we need is cheering up. Just leave it all to me." He rushed into the kitchen and was gone for quite a while, then re-emerged with sandwiches, a flourish, and a smile. This is not as fancy as the birthday feast," he said, "but 11 times as healthy because I made it with whole wheat bread." Then they sat and ate their lunch. There came one last surprise when Horace asked for everyone to kindly close their eyes. And there it was, the birthday cake. The guests all clapped and cheered. He kept it in the kitchen, and it hadn't disappeared. And so they picnicked on the lawn until the evening fell, and everyone left satisfied the day had finished well. But in the end, although the thief was someone they all knew, they never found out who it was that stole the feast. Can you?
And that's it? Do you know who did it?
I do.
Who was it?
It was Keylor the mouse.
It was the mouse.
How
did he eat it all? He was so small.
Well, because mice have a bunch of sisters and brothers.
Oh, so it was like his family and his
Yeah.
friends. Okay. So see, the idea is you keep reading the book and you'll figure out who did it, like Audrey did. And there's notes for detectives in the back. So why was this your favorite book when you were little?
Because of that.
Because of the mystery?
Yeah.
Having to figure it out?
Yeah.
It does make it pretty cool.
It was really cool.
So this ties in with our craft, which is a little detective magnifying class and a little maze you can try to solve. It's very hard though, but you can make that. And then next, instead of a poem, we have a riddle. So let's see if Audrey can figure it out. What comes once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
The letter M. Get it? Because minute has 1 M, moment has 2, and 1,000 years, there's no M in that. There you go. So now we have one last song, and then we're going to say goodbye. Who took the cookie from the cookie jar? Rabbit took the cookie from the cookie jar. Who, me? Yes, you. Not me. Then who? Bear. But we know that the mouse did it. So let's go ahead and do a version with that. Who took the cookie from the cookie jar? Horace took the cookie from the cookie jar. Who, me? Not you. Yes, you. Not me. Then who? Kilroy the mouse did. Thank you. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching this story time. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed our guest star. And I hope to see you guys next time. Bye-bye.